Hello, everyone, and welcome. Here we are. I'm going to do a quick review about Google Docs. It's Google Docs Toolbar, what we did the other day in class. So let's start. I'm going to share my screen and let's look together at this. Okay, so to get into Google Docs, first I have to sign in again. Always sign in with your student's account. And then write your password. Is okay. When you're already signed in, you're going to see it's going to say school at the top and go into your drive. Actually, you can go right here in the six dots. Go into Google Docs. This is what we did. We clicked onto the blank document. And the first thing that I said to do was at the top, we're going to type in practice. So you typed in practice here at the top. And then this is where you always title your document. Once you title your document, you'll see here at the top in the tab, it's also labeled practice. So this is very important to know. The tab will be named the same as what you named your document. So it'll be easy to find. Okay, so right here, we learned about this toolbar right here. So let me pause for a second. And I'm going to share with you the other screen so you can see all of the little things that we did together. So here's a toolbar in the middle. We talked about this one right here with normal text and all the different settings of headings. We also looked in here with actually, let's look at this bigger one right here. With the font name, your menu of fonts, creating fonts to be smaller or bigger, and your font size. We also looked at what B is for bold, italicize, underline, and then changing the colors again with highlights, highlight different words. So let's look at this. We also looked at this the other day is the link. So let me show you that right here. We did this part of the toolbar, which was insert a hyperlink, and that's what we did. This is one to add a comment. We won't do this today. Insert an image, align your paragraph. There's paragraph spacing. You can insert a checklist, which I did. Insert bullet points, which we used yesterday too. You can insert a number list, and then you can increase and decrease the indent. All of these things, all of these things up at the top are really important because these make documents accessible, especially for those using assistive technologies. So I'm going to stop my share and let me show you again what we did yesterday so you can see the final product. And if I go into, okay, let me share my screen so you could see how I'm doing this. Okay. Okay, here we go. I think this is 3. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to go into my Google Drive and I'm going to click on recent because this is going to show me where we were yesterday. And yesterday, I see I have 2 practice documents. I have 3 actually, here, here, and here. So we're going to find the one that has the most. This one has 2 kilobytes, and then here's 1 kilobyte. So I feel like this is the one that I did that has um, yes. So this is what the final state is going to look like. It will look like this, where if I click here on the side, you have an outline here on the side based on all the things. So this is what we're going to build. Let's show this one so you can see exactly what we're doing and where we're going to use the toolbar. Okay, so I'm going to move this to the side. And let's use this toolbar to create this. So the first thing I did was I said to everyone, find a font. So you can find any font that makes it look professional. And I choose Quicksand because I think it's very professional for me. So you're going to choose one that looks professional. This, for example, if I use this one, is this professional? Probably not because it's really hard to read. So again, to make things accessible, so people can read your work. You're going to find the font size that's really accessible so everyone can read. I said to find the font size or for the font name and then change it to 14. So that's what I showed you the other day. So you found the font, change it to 14. So now let's go to normal text. So here, the two things that we have is normal text and heading 1. These are the ones that I usually use. And we're going to use normal text, but then I want it to update. You have two choices, to apply or to update. Well, I changed the normal text to a different name, or quicksand, and then 14. So we're going to click on update normal text to match. So I'm going to click here. And now this should be, yeah, size 14. So here is now the new, every time I do a paragraph, I want it to be quicksand and size 14. All right, so now let's type program. Nope, practice. Press enter, press enter. All right, so there were two things I wanted to have us practice. Again, using this toolbar right over here, we're going to type favorite places in Washington State. So then I asked people, what were your favorite places in Washington State? And let's just do 3. I know I have a whole bunch on the other document, but let's just keep it simple. Let's do 3. Some of you said West Seattle. So I'm going to type West Seattle, press enter. Some of you said Amazon Sphere, and then press enter. And then I said out loud, have you been to the San Juan Islands? So we're going to create that here. Okay. After we did that, because right now we're just going to create the content. We're putting all the words, and then we're going to fix the formatting. So here are all the words. The other thing I said was, what are the activities you like to do in Washington State? So let's go ahead and type, I said, activities to do in Washington State. I thought this was really cool because I wanted to hear about things that you like to do here. You said running at Alki. Okay. You had said hiking. You said walking. Oh, swimming. So hiking would almost, it's kind of like walking too, depending on where you're going. And then let's do swimming. Okay, so I have 3 activities that we could do. There are 3 places in Washington State. All right, so now let's use a toolbar to create some formatting things. All right, so the first thing I said was let's highlight this and we're going to create some an outline here on the side. And to do that, you need to make this into a, um, a heading. So I said, click on the side and then highlight. So you're going to drag your mouse over here. So you're highlighting the words. Then you go over here where it says normal text. Click, these are the styles. You're going to go heading 1. So I'm going to click heading 1 because you're going to create this tab thing over here, or you're going to create an outline. So click here, and then you will see right here, it'll create the headings or the outline. But I said in class, 20 is too big. So let's make it smaller. So I wanted it to be 18. So there's several ways. You can click here and you can go 18. You can go minus, minus, minus up to 18, or you can do that, or you can hover over and then type 18. There's so many ways to do that. So now I created this right here. Great. And then I said, let's bold it. So to bold, you go here, click on bold. And then I said, let's change the color. And I wanted a color that was dark. So we chose blue. It's nice and dark. And then let's underline. Here it is. There you go. So here it is. We created the text now to be heading 1. So then I said, so that's how you do it. Then I said, okay, now let's create this to be the same as this. So instead of going here, wasting time, highlighting, blah, 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 do all the numbers and all the things like this, instead what you can do, because you already formatted it here, all you need to do now is go into here where it says heading, and then you are going to click update to match. So that means if you have another heading, which is actually here, you want it to also match. So you're going to highlight this whole entire thing. And then you're going to come up here. Actually, first we have to set it. So let's go over here and set it first. So you go like this, you go heading 1, click here, go update to heading match. So let's do that again. You're going to go to the side, highlight the whole entire header. You see it's already here, heading. You're going to click here on the side, choose heading, update heading 1 to match. So I'm going to click on this. So now every time I do heading, it's going to use all of these, the bold, the underline, and the blue, and the number 18. So now let's go here. All you need to do is click on it. Once you click on any part of the word, you don't even have to highlight it. You just click anywhere in this area, and then click here where it says normal text. You just click on heading 1. Click, and then there it is. Did you see that? Wasn't that so much fun? Okay, so there it is. Now we created 2 things on the left side here. So if I click on favorite places, it'll jump right here to my favorite places. If I click on activities, it'll jump right here to the activities section of my document. Okay, now we've got all the places, we've got all the activities, and then I said, let's look over here on this side where we're going to add either a checklist. I wanted you to play around with the checklist, with the, so there's different ways to do checklist. You can use bullets, so you can look at different kinds of bullets, and then you can also use numbers, okay? So I said highlight the whole thing. So start from the bottom. So be very careful. So once you start from the bottom, you're going to click and drag. Do not let go until you cover the whole entire thing, all of the words. Then you go over here on the side and you can just play around. Do you want to use a checklist? Do you want to do bullets? Do you want to use numbers? So numbers are, if you're looking at this, you're like, oh, we're going to do this one first, this one second. But because we're not going to do it in this order, and you want either your family or whoever who wants to be part of this document and you're sharing it, you say, give them options. So here's what I like to do for options. I'm going to use the checklist. What I love about checklist, did you see how I just clicked from here to here? What I love about checklist is that when you're finished visiting the place, then all you have to do is click on that and it will just strike it out. Isn't that cool? You can strike it out or you can unstrike it out. So click it again. So I love using the checklist for this. All right, so I wanted you to play around. Go here and create whatever you wanted. I use bullets. Again, you can change different kind of bullets by clicking here, and you can change it to these kinds of bullets. You can change it to, again, checklist if you want. You could change it to arrows. You can change it to stars. You can change it to these other looking arrows, but my favorite one is this one, so I'm going to keep it simple. There it is. All right. So now we've done a lot so far. Let's move on to the hyperlink right here. We're going to do hyperlink now, okay? So we're going to insert a link. So every time I'm here, it's going to connect it to a website, because when I'm sharing this document, I'm going to give names of the places, but then I want everyone who I'm sharing this document with, I want them to know what does it mean, West Seattle? What does it look like? So they have opportunities to see that, they know what you're talking about. So this is what I said. You're going to click on the end of the word and then highlight the word here, West Seattle. I'm going to highlight the whole thing. I'll go on my keyboard and click on Control C. Control C. So hold the control first and then tap on C. Then up here, I just clicked in the address bar, and then you paste the word West Seattle. Press enter. And now we're in the internet. Well, we've been on the internet, but you're going to scroll down. And I don't want to use Wikipedia. Instead, I would rather use something like the West Seattle, Visit Seattle neighborhoods. Like this looks much better because this gives you, it's a .org, which means that this is somebody's maintaining this, and I bet it's really nice. So I'm going to click on it. Yes, look at that. This is West Seattle. It gives you great information about where to explore, what to see, where to eat. So let's grab this. So when I said grab, that means come up here to the address bar, click. It'll automatically highlight the whole thing. Now let's copy this and then we're going to paste it into our document here. So here's the tab with West Seattle, and here's the other tab with the practice doc. So I'm going to click on here, go Control C, and then click on the practice document. Right here, it's already highlighted. Great. So then I'm going to go up here where it's the insert link, click. And then all you need to do is put it in this box. You're going to Control V paste. It's going to paste this link here, click apply. That's it. So now that what it does is it automatically creates it to a different color, a blue color, gives it underline. If you click on top of it, you're going to already see the picture right there. So now I had linked these words to this website. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to close this. If I click on the words, is a picture, then I can just click right here. If I click on this, boop, it's going to open up the tab to the website. There it is. Now let's go back. Let's do Amazon Sphere. Let's do that again. So I said highlight, Control C to copy, go up here into, just click anywhere on the words. It'll highlight everything. So I think that's what's easy about this. Just go Control V and it'll paste the words. Press enter. And then here it is. Here is seattlefears.com. I think this is the one I want. Again, it's because it has all these information underneath. This is like their outline with their headers. So I'm going to click on this right here, Seattle Spheres. And this was the picture that we saw yesterday. So I'm going to take this one. You can take anything you want. You want this one. There's another one if you wanted this one down here, how to visit. So it all depends on what you want for your family or whoever's going to check the document who's going to look at this. I'm going to use this one because here are the different places you can go visit, you can explore all the different things, and then the pictures are gorgeous here. So again, just click anywhere at the top in the address bar. Click anywhere, it will automatically highlight everything. So I'm going to click there, Control C to copy, click in the document. It's already highlighted. So click here on the insert link and then paste, apply. That's it. All right, let's do it one more time. Let's do the San Juan Islands. I'm going to highlight, Control C, go into the tab. It's already highlighted. So all you need to do is go Control V. There are the words. Press enter. Find again, here's a .com, but it says visit San Juan's. These are the ones. Again, I know that this is the ones because you can see the headers right here on the side. So I'm going to click on here. Yes, this is it. I'm going to click up here, visit San Juan's. Just click anywhere on the words. It'll highlight everything. Control C, go back to the document, click in the link, Control V, apply. And that is it. You did it. This is all we did. So we looked at how to use this right here, the styles, to create an update, paragraph styles or normal text and heading. And that creates this over here on the side. Then we also change the colors and the names and underline, or the words and underline. We use this one again to update any heading to match. So if I would go down here, press enter, enter, and then create another section, maybe places to eat, for example, and then I stay here, I go up here and click on heading. Now it's going to create another space for this. Do you see that? The heading for that, and then you're going to write all the places to eat on the bottom. Okay, I'm going to delete this right now because we stopped here. And then you learned how to do the insert link. And remember, all you need to do is you just highlight all the words, open up another tab. So Control C to copy, open up another tab, Control V, press enter. Oops, that wasn't it. This is West Seattle. So you went West Seattle, Control C. You came up here, Control V, and then you found the website that made sense to you. It could be this one. Which one did we actually use? This one here. And then to grab the link, you just come up here and click, Control C, go back to the practice, and then, oops, it was already highlighted, but you can highlight it again, go here to insert link, and then you're going to paste it right there. Click apply. All right, enjoy, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.